The phenomenon of attraction is one of life's most captivating mysteries. Why are we drawn to some individuals with an almost magnetic pull, while others, equally admirable, leave us untouched? This question has puzzled poets, philosophers, and scientists for millennia. While superficial factors like physical appearance and shared interests certainly play a role, there's often a deeper, almost primal force at play, an inexplicable resonance that transcends the conscious mind. Carl Jung, the pioneering Swiss psychiatrist, offered a profound lens through which to understand this enigmatic pull. His theory of archetypes and the collective unconscious suggests that our attractions are not merely random or purely circumstantial. Instead, they are often rooted in deep universal patterns within our psyche, particularly through the projection of what Jung called the anima, the feminine archetype within the male unconscious. This article will delve into Jung's revolutionary insights, revealing how the ancient powerful energies of feminine archetypes unconsciously influence male attraction. By understanding these primordial patterns, men can gain profound clarity about their romantic choices, foster healthier relationships, and embark on a journey of deeper self-awareness. The anima, the inner feminine in the male psyche. To truly grasp why men are drawn to certain women, we must first understand Jung's concept of the anima. The anima is the unconscious feminine side of a man's personality. It is the sum of all ancestral experiences of men with women, accumulated over millennia, residing in the collective unconscious. This inner image is shaped by a man's personal experiences with women, especially his mother. But it also contains universal patterns of the feminine. The anima represents a man's emotional life, his capacity for intuition, feeling, creativity, and connection to the unconscious. When a man is unconscious of his anima, he tends to project this inner image onto women in the external world. He falls in love not just with the woman herself, but with the projected image of his ideal feminine, which is a reflection of his own inner anima. This projection explains the irresistible quality of certain attractions. When a woman embodies qualities that resonate deeply with a man's unconscious anima, he feels an intense, often overwhelming, pull. It feels like destiny, a recognition of something profoundly familiar, even if he can't consciously articulate why. The danger, however, lies in mistaking the projection for the reality of the woman, leading to disillusionment when she inevitably fails to live up to the unconscious ideal. Understanding the various facets of the anima, which are often embodied by specific feminine archetypes, allows men to become more conscious of their attractions, moving from blind compulsion to deliberate choice. The feminine archetypes and their magnetic pull on men. While Jung did not create a definitive list of feminine archetypes, in the same way he outlined the anima, Jungian scholars have identified several recurring archetypal patterns that profoundly influence male attraction. These archetypes represent different facets of the feminine experience, and, when embodied by a woman, can activate corresponding aspects of a man's anima, creating a powerful draw. Let's explore some of these key feminine archetypes and the irresistible pull they exert on men. 1. The mother, Demeter. Core appeal: security, unconditional love, nurturing, comfort, stability, profound acceptance. Why men are drawn. This archetype taps into a man's deepest need for safety, warmth, and unconditional acceptance. The mother archetype embodies the primal sense of being cared for, nourished, and protected. For men who may have experienced emotional deficits in childhood, or who carry the burdens of responsibility, a woman embodying the mother archetype offers a sanctuary. She provides emotional sustenance, a feeling of being held, and a sense of profound belonging. This attraction is often rooted in the desire for a stable home, a supportive partner, and a feeling of being truly seen and loved without judgment. Potential shadow. If a man's anima is overly fixated on the mother, he might seek a partner who is overly self-sacrificing, or he may become overly dependent, avoiding personal responsibility and growth. The woman, in turn, might feel drained or resentful if she is solely expected to fulfill this nurturing role. 2. The maiden, daughter, Persephone. Core appeal: innocence, freshness, purity, new beginnings, inspiration, vulnerability, charm. Why men are drawn. The maiden archetype evokes a sense of wonder, hope, and the excitement of new possibilities. She represents untouched potential, a spirit of openness, and a refreshing lack of cynicism. Men are often drawn to her youthful energy, her curiosity, and her ability to inspire creativity and joy. This attraction can stem from a desire to protect, to guide, or to experience life anew through her eyes. She can awaken a man's inner hero or his desire for simplicity and genuine connection. Her vulnerability often evokes a protective instinct. Potential shadow: an unhealthy attraction to the maiden can lead to a man seeking to control or infantilize a woman, preventing her from growing and developing her full potential. The woman might struggle with asserting herself or finding her own voice, remaining in a state of arrested development. 3. The lover, Aphrodite. Core appeal: passion, sensuality, beauty, intimacy, creativity, magnetism, deep emotional and physical connection. Why men are drawn. This is perhaps the most overtly magnetic archetype. The lover embodies the raw, vital force of attraction, sensuality, and desire. A woman strong in the lover archetype exudes charisma, confidence in her own body, and a deep connection to pleasure and intimacy. Men are irresistibly drawn to her vibrancy, her capacity for profound emotional and physical connection, and her ability to awaken their own passion and creativity. She represents the joy of union, the thrill of romance, and the transformative power of love. This attraction is often immediate and intense, driven by a powerful yearning for connection and shared ecstasy. Potential shadow: an unconscious attraction to the lover can lead to an obsession with physical appearance, fleeting encounters, or a fear of commitment. The man might project his own unintegrated sensuality onto the woman, leading to superficial relationships. The woman might feel objectified or valued only for her allure rather than her whole being. 4. The queen, sovereign, Hera. Core appeal: partnership, commitment, loyalty, stability, dignity, respect, shared purpose, strength of character. Why men are drawn. The queen archetype appeals to a man's desire for a strong, equal partner with whom to build a lasting legacy. She embodies maturity, responsibility, and unwavering commitment. Men are drawn to her dignity, her self-respect, and her capacity for creating order and stability. She inspires loyalty and seeks a true partner, someone with whom to share a life, a family, or a grand vision. This attraction is often profound and enduring, based on mutual respect, shared values, and a deep sense of commitment. She offers the promise of a stable, dignified, and mutually supportive relationship. Potential shadow: if a man's anima is fixated on the queen, he might seek a partner who is overly controlling, rigid, or status-obsessed. The woman, in turn, might feel pressured to maintain an image of perfection or struggle with vulnerability, fearing that any perceived weakness could undermine the relationship. 5. The huntress, warrior, Artemis. Core appeal: independence, strength, challenge, shared adventure, ambition, self-sufficiency, companionship. Why men are drawn. The huntress archetype appeals to a man's desire for a partner who is strong, independent, and capable of standing on her own 2 feet. She is a woman of action, with clear goals and the courage to pursue them. Men are drawn to her spirit of adventure, her intellectual prowess, and her ability to be a true companion in shared endeavors, whether in career, sports, or personal growth. She offers a relationship based on mutual respect for autonomy, shared interests, and a dynamic sense of challenge. This attraction is often less about traditional romance and more about a powerful camaraderie and shared purpose. Potential shadow: an unconscious attraction to the huntress can lead to a man seeking a partner who is emotionally distant, overly competitive, or unwilling to be vulnerable. The woman might struggle with intimacy or being soft, fearing it will compromise her independence. 6. The sage, crone, Hecate, core appeal, wisdom, intuition, profound understanding, authenticity, spiritual insight, inner peace, transformation. Why men are drawn. While often overlooked in a youth-obsessed culture, the sage crone archetype holds a deep, subtle, and enduring appeal. She embodies a profound inner knowing, a quiet strength, and an ability to see beyond superficiality. Men are drawn to her wisdom, her intuitive insights, and her capacity for deep, meaningful conversation. She offers a relationship based on profound understanding, spiritual connection, and an acceptance of life's deeper mysteries. This attraction is often less about physical allure and more about a soulful resonance, a feeling of being truly understood and guided. She can be a mentor, a confidant, and a source of profound peace. Potential shadow. If a man's anima is drawn to the shadow of the crone, he might seek a partner who is overly cynical, detached, or emotionally unavailable. The woman might struggle with expressing warmth or joy, becoming isolated in her wisdom. The shadow side of archetypal attraction. While these archetypes explain the magnetic pull, it's crucial to understand their shadow aspects and how unconscious projections can sabotage happiness. Idealization and disillusionment. When a man projects an archetypal image onto a woman, he idealizes her, seeing her not as she truly is, but as the embodiment of his inner feminine ideal. This inevitably leads to disillusionment, when the real woman fails to live up to the impossible standards of the projection. The irresistible attraction can turn into bitter resentment. Lack of authenticity. Both partners suffer when attraction is based solely on projection. The man isn't truly relating to the woman, and the woman feels unseen or pressured to maintain a false persona that fits the man's ideal. This prevents genuine intimacy and connection. Repetition of patterns. Unconscious archetypal projections often lead men to repeatedly choose partners who embody similar archetypal energies, even if those relationships become dysfunctional. Without conscious awareness, they are trapped in a cycle of attraction and disappointment. Suppression of other archetypes. If a man is only drawn to one specific archetypal energy in women, he might neglect or suppress other vital aspects of his own anima, leading to an unbalanced psyche and unfulfilled potential. Integrating the anima. The path to conscious attraction. The goal is not to eliminate archetypal attraction, but to become conscious of it. Integrating the anima means a man recognizes his inner feminine qualities, rather than projecting them entirely onto external women. This leads to seeing the woman as she is. By understanding his own anima, a man can differentiate between his inner image and the actual woman. He can appreciate her unique qualities, strengths, and weaknesses, rather than imposing an ideal onto her. Balanced relationships. When attraction is conscious, it allows for a more balanced relationship where both partners are seen and valued for their whole selves, not just for the archetypal energies they embody. Greater self-awareness. The journey of understanding archetypal attraction is fundamentally a journey of self-discovery. By exploring what he is drawn to, a man learns about his own unconscious needs, desires, and unintegrated aspects of his psyche. Emotional maturity. Integrating the anima leads to greater emotional intelligence, empathy, and a richer inner life. A man becomes more comfortable with his own feelings, intuition, and creativity. Choosing a partner, not a projection. Instead of being irresistibly pulled by unconscious forces, a man can consciously choose a partner who truly complements him, supports his growth, and with whom he can build an authentic, fulfilling relationship. Practical steps for men. Reflect on past attractions. What common themes or qualities have you been drawn to in previous partners? Can you identify any recurring archetypal energies? Journal your dreams. Dreams are a direct line to the unconscious. Pay attention to the feminine figures that appear in your dreams. They can offer clues about your anima, Explore your own feminine qualities. How comfortable are you with your emotions, intuition, creativity, and receptivity? Engaging with these aspects within yourself reduces the need to project them externally. Observe women with new eyes. Instead of just reacting, try to consciously identify the different archetypal energies women express in various contexts. Seek self-knowledge. Engage in therapy, read Jungian literature, or participate in workshops that encourage self-exploration. Conclusion: beyond the irresistible pull. The irresistible pull men feel towards certain women is not merely a biological imperative or a random stroke of luck. It is a profound dance between the outer world and the inner landscape of the psyche, orchestrated by the powerful forces of Jungian archetypes and the anima. By becoming conscious of these dynamics, men can move beyond being passively drawn by unconscious projections. They can transform their understanding of attraction from a mysterious compulsion into a conscious choice, leading to relationships that are not only passionate but also deeply authentic, balanced, and fulfilling. This journey of archetypal awareness is a path to greater self-knowledge, emotional maturity, and ultimately a more profound and lasting happiness in their connections with women. It's time to decode the mind, not just of women, but of the very forces that shape our deepest desires.